Welcome to your Simon Parker Pilates introduction session. If you're brand new to Pilates and you're looking to start your first class, then this is the perfect session for you to get started. So you'll have some understanding of what to expect when you go into your session. We'll just give you that confidence and that reassurance of what to expect when you go into your class. Now with Pilates, there are 6 main principles: centering, control, concentration, precision, flow, and breathing. And these 6 principles are key to making sure that you have the most beneficial session possible. So you can feel completely relaxed, and the more relaxed you are, the more enjoyable the session becomes, but also the more benefits the body gets. After all, we're coming to Pilates to help improve the condition of our bodies, whether that's to help release the strain of any back or shoulder pains, or indeed any hip or any other pain you may be suffering from. It might be to improve flexibility, it might be to improve the strength in your core or your posture. But whatever your reason is, Pilates will help. And this introduction session will get you started so you can prepare yourself for your first Pilates session. So, looking at those 6 principles and putting them into our preparation stage, which is the first stage of your Pilates class. You need to stand in a neutral position. Your feet need to be hip width apart and your arms down by your side. You want to be looking straight in front. Now as you stand, you might notice 1 or 2 things, and your instructor will notify them as well. You may find yourself tilting back slightly. Anyone that's overweight may find this happening. You may find yourself leaning forward. Sometimes you may not be aware of these things, and certainly in your class the instructor will be able to identify these and be able to help you. Now to adjust that position, we're going to go through a tilt of the pelvis. So you can place your hands just around that hip bone, and you can tilt the pelvis forward and tilt the pelvis back. And all you're looking to do is you're looking to find the center of the two. And the best way to remember this is imagine that you're tilting your pelvis like it's a bucket of water. So as you tilt forward, you can imagine that water is pouring out the front of that bucket. And as you tilt back, you can imagine that water is then pouring out the back of that bucket. So all you want to do is keep the water in the bucket by adjusting that pelvis. And this is the very first thing that you will do in the Pilates. And it's one of those things that you kind of need to do throughout the day, going through your daily life. Because all we're looking to do here is to bring the body into its most natural alignment possible. And the more alignment we keep our body in, the stronger we become, and the more we can correct imbalances. So once we've adjusted, and once we can imagine that that bucket is now centrally positioned and that water is in place, we then just want to bring those arms down by the side. And we want to focus on those abdominal areas, which is part of centering. So, as you're standing, you're going to breathe deeply, which again is part of the principle. Breathing will help you to relax and will allow you to exercise more effectively. So our focus now is breathing and centering. I'd like you to breathe in through the nose and count 4 seconds as you breathe in. And then I want you to breathe out through your mouth and count 8 seconds, twice as long now. So we're going to repeat that. We're going to breathe in for that count of 4. And then we're going to breathe out for a count of 8. Now you can do this as long as you like. And you'll notice a huge difference. Just feeling so much more relaxed. So that's the breathing part. Now we combine that with the centering. So breathe in once again. But then as you breathe out, I want you to start to draw the belly button in towards the stomach. As if you're drawing the belly button into the spine, into your spinal cord. You can feel that your stomach is starting to flatten. Now don't sink in so your rib cage expands. Just gently feel that belly button press inwards, and you can just imagine and just feel that your stomach is starting to flatten. This is centering, and this is allowing the abdominal muscles and those very deep transverse abs which lay right underneath our body, right underneath those abdominal muscles that we can see on the surface. And we will keep that abdominal strong. So focusing on the breathing and the abdominal area. So when you breathe in, you'll feel that rib cage start to expand. And then as you breathe out, that rib cage will slowly come back into place, and you will just draw that belly button in. As you draw that belly button in, just still make sure that that pelvis is nicely positioned stationary, and you don't find yourself rocking forward or back. And because of this, this becomes the third principle of Pilates, concentration. We're concentrating on that breathing, and we're concentrating on that abdominal area, and we're also being aware and concentrating on that tilt to make sure that we maintain our position and we're not edging our pelvis forward or back. So from there, we bring those arms down by the side. Now, for a lot of people, the shoulders can get quite rounded, and that might be through sitting at a computer for a long period of time, or it might be that you're very physically active and you've got to do a lot of lifting. So you want to give those shoulders a gentle roll back, because with the alignment of the body, you just want the ear to be in line with your shoulder, in line with your knee, and in line with your ankle. Now you're not going to be able to detect that, but your instructor should be able to spot that for you. Giving those shoulders a roll back a couple of times. And we're just mobilizing all the joints. So through the next preparation phase of the Pilates, we mobilize those joints, we breathe in, and we exhale. We might raise those arms and lift and take those arms round by the side, because we want to mobilize all those major joints of the body, the shoulders, the knees, the hip. So we want to get those all warmed up and mobile. So you may do just a couple of circular motions with those arms. Be aware, anyone with shoulder issues will have to be careful about the range of motion that you give. So you want to move to a level that's comfortable. Always move to comfort. Don't force anything and try not to fight through anything. From there, we may go into a few squats to bend those knees. So your feet are hip width apart, and then you'll breathe in to sit back like you're sitting into a chair, and then you'll exhale to come up. Now as you squat, you just want to make sure that those knees don't go over your toes and that the heels are firmly down into the mat. So you want to be imagining that you're sitting down into a chair. That breathing still takes part, and of course that centering, that abdominal work. And then we can combine the two. So this is the next principle. This is the flow. We're flowing from one move to the other. And when you get into the main part of the Pilates session, that will become part of the routine. You'll go straight from one exercise into another, as they will flow naturally from one move to the other. It looks quite elegant. And this is what we're doing here, just a bit of flow. So we can go straight from one position into another as naturally as possible. And then bring yourself up. And again, always focus on that breathing. So once those joints and muscles are warmed up, the final part of the preparation phase is the roll down and the roll up. One of the finest exercises you can do. Anyone that suffers with back pain, the roll down and roll up will help to take away the strain from your back. For the roll down, we're going to stand with our feet about hip width apart, and those arms are going to go from the side to in front. You'll start to notice the shoulders are rounding. We're going to start to curve the back. Now, because we're relaxing the back and we're relaxing that spine, the abdominal muscles need to be strong. As those arms come forward, we're going to drop our head. We're going to tuck that chin into your chest, dropping your head right down. Those knees will need to be slightly relaxed, because if our legs are straight, we're going to start to pull on our back. We're going to engage that abdominal area. We're going to drop that head down, and then we're going to roll down. Now you can roll down as far as you feel comfortable. Keeping that head down, you're going to feel that your spine is just curving, your back is rounding, and then when you've gone as far as you feel comfortable, you breathe in at the bottom, and then you exhale to extend. Keep that abdominal area strong. You almost want to feel that you're creating a C shape in that stomach. And then you're going to lengthen your body up. You're going to strengthen that spine and strengthen that back and stand nice and tall. And then we're going to repeat that. And you're going to repeat it probably maybe 3 or 4 times in your sessions. Exhale to roll. Now, this is a great exercise to do if you're someone that's been very, very active, because putting all that strain on your back, you need a moment to release the tension and strain and just relax. And that's a wonderful move to do. And lengthen back up. So again, we're combining all 6 principles of Pilates into this move. We have the centering, using those abdominals. We have the control of the movements and the concentration. We are flowing from one move to the other. We have that breathing under control, and then we have that precision, being very precise with that movement, feeling every vertebrae in your spine restack itself. And then once you're up, you are ready to get into your main phase of your Pilates session. So this is your introduction session. This gets you a bit of a setup and an understanding to what happens. The preparation phase of Pilates is all about connecting the mind and body together to almost put you into that zone so that you're focused on you, your movement, and that feel for your body. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions at all, please comment, please get in touch, and I'll be more than happy to help. Until then, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on one of the Pilates classes, either live or face-to-face. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Take care and stay healthy.